Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. On this episode we're working on the Rusty HQ. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to continue where we left off. And I've done a few little things so far. I've got the new housing for that because that was cracked in there. And the other thing was the radiator was cooked. So I just sat that one in there to see if I could use it, because that's actually a V8 radiator and it runs a little bit differently. So I'd have to get extension on my hose that I got. So what I'm going to do is just probably use either this radiator here, which is the one out of that green ute I've got rid of now, but I've got that one, or there's another one up in that race car. I was actually thinking that I might steal a few parts off that race car, and then whoever wants it can, I don't know, give me an offer or whatever for whatever it's worth. But I might take the fuel cell, radiator, whatever parts I need. There's also, like, when I took this off to get it rebuilt, I snapped the lines and stuff. So I'm just going to go have a look at the race car one and just see if there's any lines up there that I could probably use. So it just makes it easy so I don't have to make some new ones. A bit of a hike, a bit worried about snakes too, because there's been a few snake sightings around there. So I haven't been up here in a little bit. I thought I could pull some parts off this car. I didn't know what I was going to do with this car, but it makes my life easier just having parts for that 202. And things I break, I can take off this. So, yeah, if anyone actually is interested, I will be probably moving this on once I've got all the parts off I need, because realistically, I know what's going to happen. I used it once and now it's probably just going to sit here. So if anyone wants this, feel free to make me an offer, whatever. I don't care. I'm probably going to take fuel cell, fuel lines, maybe a few things off it, but you still be able to push it onto a thing and then just easily replace what I've taken. You can make up a fuel cell pretty easy. I just can't be bothered. So yeah, anyway, I reckon what I'm going to do now is, what was I going to take off first? I'm going to try to get this fuel line off. I hate taking fuel lines off. They always snap. But I'm going to try. See how we go. I just want to... Oh, shit. Did I just snap that? Oh, my God, it came off. Oh, man, the small wins. The reason I'm so happy about this is because every time I do this, I know this is the simplest thing to do, but every time I do this, I manage to snap the fuel on. Oh, yes. All right. I just want to see how this fuel cell's put in, because if I can use it. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I'll use this in the back of the ute instead, because then I can just bypass that tank. So yeah, I'll just take this off. This will probably snap knowing my luck, because this one's been nothing but a pain to get off. And it's just moving the whole shebang. So more than likely, I'll have problems with him. But yeah, I'll get to taking him off. We'll try hook this carby up, and then see what happens from there. Anyway, so I want to put this over that, and then I want to re-flange it. I can't remember how I did it last time, but I'm going to figure it out on the spot right now. Let's see how we go. Because then I can reuse this parts. Don't have to buy new stuff, new lines. I do have actually new lines sitting there. I could just reuse, to be honest, but it's already the length. Maybe I will just use new line. This seems stupid to use this actually. Let me just see how hard this will be. So if I get bin new line, you should just slip straight over. Yep. All right, and then I should be able to flange that end. Now I've only used this, to be completely honest, I've only used this a couple times, but it's fairly, if I can use it, I'm pretty sure most people could use it. So here, I might have to loosen both sides, to be honest. I think that's the one we're going to go for. And what you want to do is, alright, there we go, that's better. So I'm just going to put a 3/16 in that hole. Should just pop in there. And then, get that on. I like that, do it. Yeah, so then you put this on there. Alright, now that flange is done, I've actually got to cut my line, which I could have actually flanged the old one, which I was going to, but then I thought, I have new line here. So then I can get the length I actually need too, because I think when I pull that off and now I've cut it, it's probably too short. Which, I mean, I could just use more rubber hose on the other end. It's only a hard line on this side. It goes there. Not really. It goes there. Oh, what's that for? Oh, brake lines. I remember now, I cut the old brake lines for some reason to use them in another car. Every car is a parts car, apparently. Why is there so many ants going into my Oh my God. You wouldn't believe it. There is ants. Look at them. They're literally going inside the motor. Inside that water pump. Oh, they've got something in there. The hell have they got in there? Alright, this doesn't have to be pretty right now. I'm just putting everything back on so it works. This to run. So, at any means, I'm pretty sure this is where it goes. Alright, let's move that out of the way for a second. Hopefully I have fuel here somewhere. Because what I'm going to do is run that big, thick fuel line in somewhere else, into a jerry. Don't need that. That's all on. Good enough, good enough. Might tighten the carby up here so it's actually on. So I know that line is not pretty at all, okay? I know that. I'm just too eager to just see if I can get this thing running. So, I think this battery in this thing is still okay. I hope so. God, I hate getting up, coming out of here. Lucky I didn't tighten anything down. Makes my life easier. Oh, yoink. I've got the battery. I've got a jerry can rigged up. I don't have the radiator hooked up yet, but I just want to see if it runs a lot nicer with that carby fixed. And if I've put everything back correctly, surely. If I haven't, you know, we'll figure that out in a second. Obviously, I've got some dodgy wiring going on here, which, God, look at all this dodgy stuff. Battery, and what I'm going to do is just see if I can kick it in the guts. Got me little jerry can, rigged up. The lines all connected, everything's connected. The radio doesn't need to be connected, I'm not going to be running that long. The ants have found their way to the jerry can now, perfect. So hopefully starting it, I'll get rid of some ants. Come on. Ooh. I know the starter mode is not really working right now, but the connection is terrible. So I've just cut this old one off, and I've got myself a old new one. Never been used though. So now I'm just going to connect it up with both of these wires that were connected to that, and just in hopes that it then it fixes some of the dodginess of the connection. I'll just try without choke. Oh, that was her. All right, I think we figured it out now. No. I just don't want the battery to die. Oh, we do have a leak in that. It's the same leak that you had before too. I've got somewhat of a new plan. Somewhat. Fill that up. And wow. So, I've just done the jerry can trick again. Got the radiator in, battery's on. I might put a bit of state busted in it. I'll just set you guys up here because I want to see if I can move this back and forward. Oh. That's how she goes. Oh. The clutch definitely needs adjusting. Oh shit, I can't stop. Oh, there's spiders everywhere. I don't have brakes. I somehow always forget no brakes. Never have brakes in these things. Bloody hell, it's windy out here now. But I haven't showed you these guys either. But I've got these new seats. That should be pretty killer. Once I actually get it bolted in, that'd be sick. But I just want to see if it actually runs and drives half right. So doesn't like to idle at all. Granted, but we're moving under its own power. The door doesn't shut. She drives. Holy moly, this is unreal. Look at the reverse where we go. Look where we go on here. All things considered, it could be. Oh shit! I forget I don't have brakes. Dylan, what are you doing? Here we go. What? Oh. Great success. Anyway, so she runs and drives, sort of. I think with a little bit more work, I've got to do up that fuel line still properly. But I do see this running and driving. I mean, a lot more work. But I can envision it now. I just need to get it slammed on the ground. I love this side. You guys haven't seen this side much yet. I think it looks cool. Once it has clean windows, the bars are all on, it's going to look heaps better. Obviously it needs a lot more work to be a proper running, driving car and get all this stuff cleaned out and keep going. All right, so it's the next day. I just got Jesse to come around and give me a bit of a hand. We're out here with all the flies and out in the sun, the wind. I thought we would just get this bonnet on and the bar on, a few other little things in. I've got the seats just sitting in there at the moment, ready for a drive. What do you think, Jesse, so far?
Mate, it's good. Not sure if it should go on the road, but...
What do you mean? It's almost together.
No, it looks sick.
All right, let's get this big old bonnet on. Do I have a bolt here?
Yeah.
Those two?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Glad we found them.
The rust.
There's no rust here.
Needs to get your way a bit.
Does it? Oh, yeah, sorry. So what we did is, I replaced these ones last time because these were all bent out too. So I got these off the green Ute as well that I had. Yeah. So which way can we go? Is that all right there?
Yep. Might need a socket that fits a bit better. That one's a bit small.
What do you think size they are?
A 15 maybe.
What's this?
That's a 14, but it doesn't fit.
Right. How the flies out here, eh? Jesse and I actually just went and looked at a what was it, HX?
The yellow one?
Yeah.
HX, I think.
HX. And we were thinking like this one was really bad. And he had that up for probably $3.5 grand, I think, something like that. And all the silver panels were chewed out. The roof was kind of chewed out. Everything was pretty bad. Floor pans are chewed out. And here I am thinking this one's really bad. And it is. But then we came back and went, you know what, this is, for the price he's asking, maybe we can do a little bit more with this than we thought. You just got to get used to rust going in your eyes and she'll be right. I don't know how the spring tension is on
Yeah,
this.
we might have to adjust the bottom springs too.
Oh, mate, look at the fitment, hey? Oh yeah, so I'll admit it. I was part of in Mr. Drift King here, and I did smash this side into that. Zoom in into that close fence panel down there. And yeah, look, I'm not too proud of that because this was actually the good side. Because the other side, as you can see, is a bit dinged up, but it adds character, you know. It's a conversation piece, I say. What do you think about my driving skills? No comment?
No, no comment.
Do you hold it?
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Just adjusting the
Just the height, yeah.
height of the bracket?
Yeah.
Beat something out with it.
Just that bottom bit there. You said easy enough to open, just need a screwdriver.
Is there a thing in there to pull it?
There is, but you might need some
These?
pliers. They'll probably cut it, but yeah, you can try.
That's better. Oh shit, moving. That's all right. Ish.
Beautiful.
I feel like I should tap this. Oh, that's not even. You know, it's funny too. Half the damage from this front end is from me pushing up with the highlights again. So I do it to myself.
How does that bolt on underneath?
Oh, it doesn't really sit very well, does it? Do we need a mallet to smack that over that hump?
No, don't film this.
This is the sort of gap line you want running down your grill. Headlight gap. Now what you do with this headlight gap here to get this, you've just got to hit a few poles and that will sort you out. And it gives you that eyelid. See how these kids paint those eyelids on their cars these days? That gives you the eyelid when you hit wooden posts. So we just put the front bar on, the grill's back in, bonnet's on. Look, not everything's adjusted properly yet. It's just all kind of just sitting on there. We painted these other side of these wheels now as well. Cleaned the windows up a bit so it doesn't look so ruddy. Interior's in there, it's just sitting in there. So if you come around and have a look, Jesse, I just still need to give it a vacuum, which I will soon. But I've got the dash sort of sitting in there. It's all cracked anyway, but seats are in, dash is in. Just got to do the door cards still. And I've just got to clean all this junk out the back. Yeah, the next step, I reckon, because this has got like a couple of snap wheel studs. So I'm going to take this wheel off and replace those wheel studs. Just make it a bit safer. The next thing I'll do is fill up either use the tank that's in here and stop using the jerry can, or put a new tank in the back, which I was going to use out of that race car, but someone has now bought it, so they can take that. How much better is it looking though? Like heaps better. Bars on, wheels painted. The only thing I hate about this side is how bad that rust is down the bottom on that sill panel. Whether we fix that or not, I don't know yet. But it's pretty good compared to what we got it like. So runs, drives, doesn't break, which is every HQ to HX or whatever I've ever owned. Never have brakes, so I'm kind of getting used to that. But yeah, I reckon the next thing we'll do is just start cleaning up the interior a bit more, put those door trims on, and we'll see where that gets us.
Yep.
Up a little bit? A little bit, I think. It's probably in gear too. That's alright. John Jackson.
Never heard of him.
Now you've done it. Again.
Oh.
Pretty well done, eh?
got tailgate shut, all the stuff out the back, white walls. I found some center caps from my old HJ. I had them sitting up the back and I didn't even realise I had them still sitting there. So we've put those on too, and it's kind of transformed it a little bit. We still got to lower it at some point, but not in this episode. We'll probably do that in the next episode. But have a look. It is actually looking pretty together now. Obviously, we've still got to line a few things and fix a few things up. Also, remember, this car, I literally got for 2 cartons of beer. So for me, it was worth putting a little bit of time into. If I had paid, well, I wouldn't have paid money for it because it was too far gone, in my opinion. Should be a pretty cool garden art that moves. Which is a bit stupid, but for the price I paid for it, I thought it was worth putting a little bit of time in. All right, I think that's enough for this episode. In the next one, I reckon we're gonna lower it, put a fuel cell in it, just to bypass that fuel tank. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Shed. All right, so we're back again, and we're gonna. All right, so we're gonna work on the HQ again.